Hey, what up, you foodies? Welcome back to another episode of Joshua's Culinary Multiverse. And for those who first time on this channel, welcome. And hopefully, you guys enjoy as much as I do making these videos for you guys. So today, I got some super, it could be super basic, but you decided, I'm gonna go ahead and fry a whole fish. But it's not a typical, American-style fried fish. I went ahead and did a Filipino-esque style. This is something that's a special occasion that's not always happening. So hopefully you guys enjoy as much as I do, and let's get it going, everybody. So if you're like me and you decided to get a whole fish like this here, I used a red snapper, because it's always dapper. You can use sea bass, or there's a bunch of different types of fish here. I just use sea bass. I didn't use sea bass because I just don't like the taste of it. So here you're gonna descale it. Mine came already cleaned, but I had to descale it, which you just take a back of a knife. It gets pretty messy, but it's always fun to do. So let's get it going with that, and I'll catch up back out with you when we're done cleaning this. While we put that pretty fishy away, I'm going to go ahead and get everything ready for this sweet and sour sauce that we're going to make that comes with this fish. So here you're going to julienne pretty much all the veggies. So for these veggies I used was a green and red bell pepper. It gives it a nice color. Then onions, garlic, ginger, and then also I threw in, to get it a little bit extra spicy, some habanero in there. Feel free not to put that in there. That's fine. I understand. Some people don't like that heat. For the ginger here, I just pretty much peeled it with the spoon. I've seen some people use knives. I really don't like it, but peeled it with the spoon and then got into a nice little square, cut it in pretty much French fry style. So for the garlic, pretty much you're gonna use a lot. I use, I think, like 6 or 7 or whole bulb, and then you're just gonna peel them and give a really nice thin slice. You don't want them to create too much. You're gonna actually do these into a mini little fried garlic slices. Now we're gonna get some oil hot. Once the oil's hot, we're going to throw our onions and bell peppers in there and give them a nice little toss. And saute them. We want to sweat them down a little bit. You don't want to go too much because you want a little crunch to them. Once they started heating up a little bit, threw some salt, threw in the ginger, let them cook down a little bit. After that, we're going to go ahead and add a cup of the chicken stock, also the habanero peppers. Then we're going to add a little bit of cup of water, to kind of thin it out a little bit because we want this to cook down. And you want to get a nice little sweet and sour sauce to this. So I had this stuff that I got from Spiceology. I think this is the Thai lime. I don't remember what it is. But add a little bit of extra turmeric because this actually comes with turmeric root. That's got to a boil. Set this aside and simmer until you get a nice reduce. That's reducing down. We're gonna go ahead and get our fish ready. So here I took some flour, seasoned with some salt, pepper, got that a good mix up. Now we're gonna get our fish ready and prep for this. So here I scored it. It's just gonna help with the cooking process, honestly. Just make sure you get that nice crispy skin. After that, I hit it with some salt, some lime juice, and just gotta make sure you get all the salt and everything into it, because even though you season the flour, you still gotta season the fish. Now that the flour is seasoned, she's all ready, we're gonna go ahead and throw her into that flour, give her a nice little dredging here. I make sure I get all the crevices, and then I close the top and give it a good shake to make sure I got everything on there and get some of the excess off. While we're done with that, we're gonna start heating up this oil to get this fish. Here I use the wok, just because it's the biggest thing I have. And now that we got the fish in there, we're gonna go ahead and make sure we do a little bit of toss that oil over the top. That's gonna help cook both sides. And a rule of thumb is gonna take about 10 minutes per inch of the thickness of the fish. So this one is not gonna be super thick, so it literally only took me like 20 minutes to cook both sides of this. And we get a nice in. Now that she's cooled down a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and pour that sauce we've been simmering down here. Now this shit is delicious. It's A1, fire, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully you guys do this shit and it tastes delicious. So that pretty much wraps up this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. This is something that's, super special, not something you do all the time, especially red snapper, because, it's a little bit expensive, but it can also be very dapper. But if you know what I'm talking about, you nerds out there. So without further ado, let's get going into some of that B-roll.